Greetings and welcome to the debut of the new era of the FERM Faves. This will be sort of a preview kind of test version, but I do have 5 favorites picked out from the last 2 months of streams. If you're an artist that submits music and you're about to skip to the choices, either come back after you skip to the choices or please watch this first. I'm going to try not to make it too long, but there's a couple of housekeeping kind of things I want to say, and it's for your benefit to know. So in case you weren't with us back when I was streaming on the main FERM channel, every week we would have 3 streams a week, and then I would pick 10 of my favorite tracks from the week, post them on Instagram in a montage reel the following week, and then have the top 3 artists' names on the stream overlay for that following week as well, which I'm going to start doing again. And I'm also going to be doing an Instagram reel version that's more focused, directed, and shareable with everyone tagged. But I am going to be doing these YouTube videos regularly as well, which will include an intro more brief than this one going forward. And then I'll break down the choices and react to my initial reaction of a highlight that I picked from the song for which I favorited. These might be bi-weekly or once every 2 weeks, whatever the right word for that is, or weekly depending on submission volume. We'll see how that goes. I want you guys to comment on this video and I will reward you for commenting in the form of loyalty points, aka Fermions, which you can use to redeem a free priority play submission. For this first one, I'm going to do 500, which is half of the amount you need to redeem them for a free play. It's 1,000. Just make sure you comment with the same YouTube account you use in the live chat on the streams, so it's easy for me to find your name in there. You can comment whatever you want, really, preferably, ideally, it's about some of the songs, 1 or 2 or all of the songs that I picked. Pick your favorite one, give your own order, or if you don't like any of them, I guess you can say that too, but you know, try to be respectful to the artists. You can also comment on suggestions for the format, what you think about what I'm doing here on YouTube, things I can add, that kind of stuff. Ultimately, I'd like to do a fan faves where we order them by vote, which eventually I should be able to work out on the website, and then everyone can just see the submissions and vote there. That would be a cool comparison of individual my choice versus the crowd, more like how Billboard charts and Spotify lists work, just raw popularity data, but we'll need a bigger pool of voters for that. I don't think we have a statistically significant amount of people who will vote at this time, but that's something that we can do in the future. So about the choosing process, I will try each week or each period of time that I'm choosing favorites to distribute a good genre variety, as I did in the last iteration of this, or tried to do. I want to make sure that I maximize the potential for a general music enthusiast to at least vibe with one of the songs that I choose. So the more variety, the better. And I myself am I'm genre fluid. I'm genre fluid, and some genres I tend to gravitate towards more than others, but if the song is good, it's a good song. It doesn't matter. As you'll see in these 5, it's quite a nice variety, I think. And we used to do 10 every week, but since the submission volume isn't where it was when I was doing that. Also, I want to get back into the flow of doing these, and starting it off with 5 makes it a lot more simple for me in the production back end of everything. Speaking of which, another important new feature here, which is the newly added Hall of FERM page on realferm.com. realferm.com/faves. I will have it in the description. That is where the favorites will be posted. It should be live at the time of this video's publishing. There's also a link to it right on the homepage. In addition to listing the artist names, the song titles, social handles, I'm now adding cover art where available, and keeping the link of the original submission as it was sent in. So anyone can find your song straight up from that list and go right to the streaming platform or YouTube, whatever link you sent in. I have a note about unreleased submissions in a minute. I can also update the links, so the way you sent it in doesn't necessarily have to be exactly how it's posted there. I can customize them completely. I can change the streaming platform link, whatever you want. Just reach out if that happens to be the case. And every period of the FERM Faves, all the rankings for each week or 2 weeks, whatever, and including this one, will be saved in the Hall of FERM archive. So at the bottom, you'll see a history button. Right now there will be no history because this is the first one, but going forward every single set of faves will be saved and you can always reference back to them. So back to the unreleased / unfinished file submissions. Because of the nature and purpose of these rankings. I don't know why I'm calling them rankings. That's not really, it's kind of a ranking. But these faves, picking one that's unreleased, that doesn't have a link where someone can go to find it, kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. Not that they'll be ineligible from being chosen, but sometimes if it's extremely compelling, I'll probably reach out and ask if that's okay, because sometimes people send in unreleased and they don't want it out there any more than just the stream. So just know that if your submission has a published link, there will be a little extra weight to it during the choosing process. Ideally, the value of this for those that are chosen is putting it in your artist portfolio, your A&R, whatever people call it these days, where you can say, you know, a FERM Fave. Hopefully one day that name will be recognizable. But either way, it's always good to have these citations. Also, instrumentals are not included in this list because comparing instrumentals to full songs with vocals and lyrics is like comparing apples to oranges. I don't really think it's fair. I'm open to doing a separate instrumentals fave list, but for now we're going to keep it simple. And last but not least, the rewards for being chosen. In addition to being recognized on the Hall of FERM and having your name in there permanently, I will be giving some things to the favorites. For this one, I'm just going to do one free priority play to each of them, 1,000 loyalty points. I can also credit your account on the website with a fast pass credit, as I have called it. So if you signed up on the website through Google or whatever, I can actually add a credit to your account so that when you go to submit your next track, you can actually apply it and then it will be automatically prioritized to the top of the queue. In the future, I want to do something like interviews or full, more detailed review, something that gives more value. For now, this is what it is. And finally, before we get into my reaction of the reaction and small breakdowns, I just want to comment on and emphasize the fact that these 5 that I'm about to showcase for you here, which there'll also be an Instagram version around the same time this is uploaded of just that part. These 5 were chosen out of hundreds from the past 2 months. So a lot of competition, a lot of great songs. Going forward, it will be restricted to just a week or 2 weeks, as I said. So it'll make it a little more interesting, be a little less competition for you. But what I want to say specifically is, especially in this case, these 5 are like all on the same level to me, essentially. They're all incredibly effective and compelling. I am ranking them just to make it more interesting, but basically it's the ranking of how I felt in the moment of recording the ranking. Could change day to day. That's just how the vibes work. But for all intents and purposes, it is a top 5. Just know I don't really necessarily take the ordering too seriously. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Now, without further ado, I'm going to pass it back to a past version of myself, because I recorded that part at a different time, to showcase the first FERM Faves of this first third of 2026. Coming in at number 5 is But I Meant It by Coda. Let's get right to playing this clip that I have highlighted, and then I'll say some words about why I chose it, why I like it, that sort of thing. Here we go. I guess that's why I said it wrong, but I meant it. It won't be long till you're not missed. I don't wanna try to fix it. I said it wrong, but I meant it. Not too long ago, we were close. That panning at the end was awesome at the end of that clip. So I love the combination of what I would call like just pop vocals with a very much EDM influenced instrumental. The production is very engaging. As I mentioned, the stereoization of it all, the energy in the switches, the transitions, particularly in that hook. But I meant it, the whole meaning of it, meant it, meaning. Coda definitely meant it. And it's got my vote coming in at number 5. Next, number 4 is Silver Moon by Rob Lynx. Rob is a fairly new name to the stream, but he's sent in a number of tracks. They've all been really solid. This one in particular really struck me. Beautiful singing. Let's just hear the part that I clipped, and I'll talk after. She don't understand that she's perfect, and it hurts cause I'm no better. There's a light in you that blows my mind, but it fades when we're not together. Silver moon, silver moon. Oh, I pray that light, it finds its way to you. Fantastic indeed. Love how he goes into the falsetto at the end there. Beautiful singing, beautiful delivery. Love the texture of his voice, especially on that Silver Moon line, and especially the second time he says it in that chorus. There's that subtle grit. It has a great character and color in it. The melody is beautiful. The emotion is palpable. It sounds great. All that good stuff. Silver Moon by Rob Links. Well done, sir. Coming in at number 3 is All This Time by Life 9. This is one of those interesting clips where I captured the exact moment where I got it. You'll see what I mean. Let's play it.
Got an ego stroke a bit, cause that's the biggest praise I get. Also gotta stay humble and act like Jacob thinks he is. That ain't a shot at him, rather a point about his fabrication of his own identity, cause I'm going through similar shit.
What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, all the words falling in on my head. What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, I was feeling down. Oh yeah. What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, I was what closing in, oh yeah. What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, all the words falling in on my head. What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, I was feeling down. Oh yeah. What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, I was what closing in, oh yeah. What you going, I was feeling down. What you going, I was feeling down.
Such a great hook. Excellent example of super effective repetition. Subtle changes in the lyrics, but the syllables, the rhythm, the melody, simple yet very effective. I believe he also produced this himself. I think he does all of his songs as well. The verses are also solid. More of a straight up rapping kind of situation there. He's got bars. He's got the flow. I clipped the hook here because that was the most effective part to me, as it should be, being the hook. And I love that I got that moment where I said, that's it. And it was indeed it. All This Time by Life 9. Excellent work. Coming in at number 2, we have Regret by Scene 1. It's spelled S with a capital E and a bar over it, N1. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Scene 1. You gotta love when it starts off with me sipping beer, as I'm caught doing in many of these clips, if not all of them. This one gripped me in a very unique way. Let's just play it.
Trial, but they tell me, can you please just settle down? That's tomorrow if I know. Saying yes costs too much, can't give it up. Saying no will make you regret it. Oh yeah. You gon' regret it. Oh yeah. You open like I hop to every theology and read the stars. You need to stop that. Crystals a manifestation, they come at a cost. You need to block that.
Such a unique vibe. This one is an excellent example of digesting the overall feel of it. Actually, really most of these clips, when I'm doing the live streams, I'm very distracted. So that kind of reaction you saw there is very indicative of potential FERM Fave. And then I listened to him a couple more times and I locked him in. And that's how this one worked. She has a very unique kind of sound in this particular song, especially. A lot of different fusion elements going on from different styles. Great sound, great vocal recording, great performance, very interesting transition into the chorus. And for this one, I actually want to check what the genre tags were, which I guess I could have done for the first 3, but I think those ones were more obvious. So of course, trap is number 1. It loves zooming in on these little trap elements and calling it trap. I would definitely not call this trap. Pop rap kind of makes more sense. They're all very distributed, low confidence scores, so it's clear that it's fairly confused here. Conscious, that makes sense. Gangsta, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I would call this myself. Maybe like alternative indie, R&B, hip hop, some kind of interesting fusion. Either way, labels aside, great song, Regret by Scene 1. Which brings us to our final top 1 position, last but certainly not least, LA by Bella Vantes. It says LA by Bella and Joey on the screen cap on the live stream, as that's how it was sent in. Clearly there's some kind of duo. The actual submission comes from the YouTube channel of Joey Vantes. The title of the video is Bella Vantes LA, and I looked it up on Spotify. You can find it there as well under LA by Bella Vantes. Speaking of Spotify, all of these, if they are on Spotify, will be added to the newly refreshed FERM Faves playlist at the time of this publication of this video. I'll try to remember to put that link in the description. Let us now partake in what I am calling number one for this selection period. Here we go. Another great track. I guess I was getting a series of really good ones. So cool. I love that the groove that she gets in, it's almost like a bordering like a rap kind of flow. It just works so well. The tone of her voice and the groove of the beat, that bass line, it just comes together really beautifully, and it's just a cool sound. High quality production. Love her vocal tone, and it's kind of like, I don't know, we'll check the genre tags that it came up with. So yeah, indie pop was the top tag. Only 10%, so it's very distributed, meaning it hasn't really heard much stuff like this. Dance pop is next, pop vocal, pop ballad, synth pop, contemporary R&B, electronic house, I don't know exactly, maybe something with the bass line, but it's a nice fusion of pop sounds and production with these other elements that just give it that unique, fresh vibe feel. I don't know how else to describe it other than it's a great song. LA by Bella and Joey Vantes. Excellent work. Shout out to the both of you. Remember, you can find all of these directly linked on realferm.com/faves. Share it with people, and that'll do it for this first FERM Faves video. We're trying to do 3 days a week again. Monday, Friday, definitely. The third day or the second day. I prefer to do Wednesdays myself, but oftentimes I'm busy on Wednesday night. But sign up for emails, realferm.com. You can get alerted when the queue opens, when your submission is played, and general updates, as well as watch the countdown on realferm.com. When it hits 0, the queue opens, and it's usually accurate ahead of time as long as my scheduling is good. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Peace and love. See you in the next one.